Well, hello, class. Welcome to week 7 of LEAD 505. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're excited about the end of this term and looking forward to the courses that we have ahead. We're going to begin this week, as we normally do, by looking at our devotion. We continue to consider Matthew 28 with our devotion, and we look today at where Jesus tells his disciples that as they make new disciples, they will be teaching them to observe all that he has commanded. Our task as followers of Christ is to be disciple makers. We are to teach those who come to faith in Christ to observe all that he commanded. We must desire that those who come to Christ would grow in their relationship with him. Too often we allow people to stay in the infancy of their faith. The responsibility falls on us to ensure that they know all the things of God, not just some of them. We want them to know who he is and what he has done and what he desires for their life. We want them to know that they need to know his teachings and to observe them. A proper understanding of church administration, which is the topic of our class, will involve ensuring that discipleship is taking place. And discipleship takes place when people are learning to observe all that Christ commanded. As we think about our assignments, we're going to read from Welch this week, chapters 9 and 10. There's also 5 presentations that you need to watch on risk management. I would try to take care of that early in the week so that you're prepared for the assignments ahead. When it comes to our discussion board, you're going to use your readings from Melton and from Welch, and you're going to recommend a program for educating a congregation regarding sexual abuse in churches. Imagine yourself in a church meeting where a vocal group opposes such a plan as unnecessary. Be specific and prepared to defend your position in your discussion with other students. Your initial thread is going to be due on Thursday at 11:59, and your replies are going to be due at 11:59 on Sunday. Now, your written assignment this week is going to also look at Melton and Welch and submit a well-written 4 to 5 page paper. You're going to do 2 things in this paper. You're going to assess the level of risk preparedness currently in place in your church. You're also going to propose a plan to address limit risk exposure. So looking at your church, you're going to think about how prepared you are for the certain risk that you've examined this week in your reading. You're also going to think about how to limit those risks and develop a plan accordingly. You're going to use Melton and Welch. Those are 2 of your references. You're going to need at least 1 more, and you should have up to 5 in the class for this paper. You can find other readings, journal articles, things like that online. I need you to review the grading rubric because that's what I'm going to use as I grade your papers after they're submitted. These need to be turned in by Sunday at 11:59 in the evening. And so I encourage you to start working now so that that paper is ready to go by the end of the week. As we're coming up on the end of our term, it's important to remind you that next week, week 8, will be a little bit different. Everything that you have is going to be due by Friday. The paper for next week is going to be due by Friday. This is to help me get those things graded so that your grades will be turned in on time, and you're going to be moving on to other courses, and you're going to want to begin work on those immediately. So make sure you have everything into me by next Friday. If you have papers that are missing, outstanding, things that you've not gotten turned in yet, I hope that you'll quickly get those in. And remember that you can't turn in your final assignment 2 weeks late and still get just 20% off. By then, grades are going to be turned in, and we're all going to have moved on to something else. So please get everything called up this week and early next week. Get your final paper in on time, and we'll finish up this course doing well. If you have questions, please let me know. If there are things that are unclear, feel free to email me, call me, and I'll make sure that we get those things ready to go, get those things to you, help you get caught up and in this course well. I hope the Lord is blessing you this week, and I look forward to talking to you again next week as we finish up our course.